but it's some famous guys in it.
All right.
Here is Big Daddy. Look at the jaw on that thing. Oof. Try not to sexualize this mini Dreadnought here, but look at this thing.
Open fire.
I know the Subjugator class is hot enough to be on daytime or nighttime TV. Look at these turbo lasers fly. Dude, can you go somewhere, please? There you go. Yeah, that's my son. Follow your destiny. Dude, the new LEGO Star Wars looks sick. Hey guys, this is Empire At War. Hello and welcome to another episode of Star Wars Empire at War Remake. For those who don't know, the Empire at War Remake is not an officially new version of Empire at War, but is a, I must say, pretty spectacular mod that I quite enjoy. Do you guys hear that? We've been doing some videos on the channel recently covering some of the major Dreadnoughts. We did one on the Eclipse. I think we've done one on the Executor. But I wanted to give the Subjugator a bit more attention because in my mind, it's one of those beautiful ships in this new mod. It's huge, it's imposing, it's got the ion weapon that actually works. So yeah, I thought it'd be pretty fun. Also, I have some stuff I want to talk to you guys, some ideas for the channel. We're streaming this live, of course, on Twitch at twitch.tv/Eckhart'sLadder. But I do want to talk to you guys about the YouTube channel too because I'm about to start taking it a lot more seriously. I'll do Skirmish, we'll do... so we've got to be the criminal underworld because they get the Confederate ships. We'll do it on easy. We'll play the Empire, I guess. Let's see, what world? Kuat's kind of dark. I like how it's not a naval construction yard, it's a novel construction yard. It's like some writer's desk. Let's see, we'll do it on... I think Ryloth looks pretty cool. Do we want to do a 2 versus 2 maybe? Maybe we'll do 2 versus 2. Because that way I can... here, Criminal Underworld, easy. Here, I'll put you on medium. That way I can be a little bit more... I can save up my money a bit more. And we'll do... Yeah, the Empire on easy. Maybe let me put my AI on hard. And Team 1, Team 2, I think that's right. Or, hold on. There we go. Now it's right. Alright, start the game. Charlie, cut this part out. I gotta let the dog in as well. Winnery. Good girl. Fat girl. My goodness, you're looking chubby. Holy shit. Excuse me. She's a... Alright, so we are in. Charlie, you... Well, that's loud. Charlie, you can include the part where I... just now where I made fun of the dog for being really overweight. Actually, you know what? She's not really overweight. She's a Corgi Yorkie mix. Which just means she's kind of thick, to be honest. She's just a real thick bitch. And she's cool with that. Like, I think she's pretty positive about her body. She can do everything she needs to. But yeah. Thank you, Nero, for the donation. He said sub-jug later. I'm not sure if YouTube's gonna be able to hear those text-to-speech. But anyway, I was saying I'm going to start taking the YouTube channel a lot seriously. So I've got a few plans. One is, I basically want to be Leafy 2.0. We're going to start picking on the disabled, the elderly, the young, just generally the vulnerable populations, and we're going to start roasting them brutally. No, I'm just kidding. But I do kind of want to do stuff that's like... I do kind of want to do stuff in that style, and I don't mean content, I mean... where I basically talk about something, like say I have a lore video where I don't have enough, why am I pausing it? Say I want to do like a lore video, but I don't have enough footage to actually talk about it. Maybe instead I'll just put gameplay instead, and rant about something, and that was the kind of stuff that occasionally maybe will make it. Nero Studio with the 100-bit donation, he says thick with 300 Cs. So yeah, I think we're gonna just kind of do like a, I don't know, just like a commentary, but mostly sci-fi. Like I'm not gonna be doing cringe reaction videos or anything unless that's what you guys really want. But no, in all seriousness, just... And it might even be near with another 100 bits, thank you. The dogs are also kind of... Remy and her fat self is kind of scooching around. Sorry if it's noisy. But yeah, I guess the point is I'm going to try to do some commentary on topics, you know, it might be kind of like even quasi-lore videos, like if there's a matchup that I want to just talk through instead of do a full video on, I think it would be fun. And that's going to be alongside, I mean, we'll see how it works, it might be a shit idea, but that would just be alongside the ordinary content, so yeah, I don't know, if you guys think that sounds good, let me know. And if you have any ideas of anything in particular you'd like me to talk about, also let me know that. Just for those on YouTube who didn't hear that, Nero, one of our Twitch VIPs, says, "Come to Bojangles where I work and get the 20-piece super tailgate and say I sent you." I assume, is Bojangles like an American chicken place? I don't think we have that in Canada.
Beginning construction.
But yeah,
Construction complete.
that's I guess advice for any of you who want it.
Progress.
I just like, I don't know, Bojangles, it just sounds like the name of a chicken place. I don't know. I like it though. Let's try out some warships. Well, actually, no. So we're gonna try to save up for the subjugator. I'm hoping our AI doesn't just totally brutalize the enemy here, but it's definitely possible that they might.
Reinforcements
Let's
cancelled.
test the gladiator versus the munificent.
Construction
Navigating
complete.
to
So
coordinates.
in the lore, the munificent has these big, heavy prow. Oh yeah, there you go. These two heavy turbo lasers near the front of the ship.
Cruiser reporting. Direct fire
So it
attack
should
imminent.
outrange that, but we'll see.
Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements en route.
Their biscuits are pretty good. Sounds good to me. Also, I just realized I don't have the chat up for this game. I'll try to put it up for the next one, because I know people on YouTube have told me that they enjoy watching the Twitch chat, so
Upgrade in progress.
helps them keep up to date with memes, which I think is
Station ready.
just really important. Yeah, we don't really have that many chicken places in Canada. We have, like, obviously, like, KFC and stuff. One of the, like, chicken places we have is Mary Brown's, but I think that's kind of like an East Coast thing. Might not be, though.
Weapons armed. Enemies incoming.
I like how the droid Tri-Fighter has just a totally human male voice, very gruff.
Orbital
Our
command
space
available.
station is under attack.
JTL, thank you very much for the resub, dude. He says, I can finally watch your stream again. Well, I'm glad to have you.
Drawing their fire.
How did my munificent do? Let's take a look. Perfectly fine. Not the nicest... Oh yeah, you can see the two big cannons right there. So these are the long boys. I don't know, what are these? Are these missile launchers on the side? And then they've got lots of sensor equipment.
Upgrade complete.
I think it's the... Is it the... Revenge of the Sith cross section that says like the Confederacy made like 10,000 of those ships, or like multiple thousands.
Reinforcements en route.
They just call them Trade Federation frigates often.
Swinging around. I've got my approach vector.
Space station upgrade.
I think having temporary VO is not only acceptable but expected for most Empire at War mods. I mean,
I copy.
Awakening of the Rebellion famously has those German dreadnoughts, which everyone loves. Dreadnought heavy cruisers, I should say. Thanks, Anti. I'm glad you liked it, my dude.
At your command.
But yeah, so the second video, the second channel, I mean, is going to be a big focus moving forward. Just because I really, like, I'm a huge gamer and I love doing video game stuff. I'm probably gonna always be, like, mostly sci-fi focused, but, like, when new games come out, like, when Doom comes out, Doom Eternal comes out, I want to play that on the channel. I want to stream it, and then I want to, you know,
Reinforcements
same with, like,
cancelled.
especially when Cyberpunk comes out. Like, I want to do a whole Let's Play of Cyberpunk. Do you think that'd be something you guys would be interested in?
So a lady came in the other day and ordered $230-some worth of just chicken.
$230-some worth of chicken.
Available.
Formation.
For 60-some pieces of chicken.
Thrusters at full.
Wow.
Stay in formation.
Right away.
Space station
On the
damaged.
way.
But yeah, it's like every time I go to EA Play, it really kind of because EA Play is like I would say 90%. No, I'd say of the YouTubers that are there at EA Play, it's like me and Star Wars Explained are literally the only ones
Right there.
who aren't primarily gaming focused. Obviously, because it's mostly EA Game Changer. That did nothing.
Going there now.
Yeah, so it's mostly game changers and mostly people who play the game. So we're in the minority, but it just always makes me want to. Oops, let's do something cheaper. Yeah, it just makes me want to focus more on that sort of stuff. Jedi Fallen Order, yeah, definitely be doing a playthrough of that. Yeah, because I mean, I think next year's gonna be a good year for games. Even though this year's E3 I thought was a little underwhelming.
Stay in formation.
Were there other Starforge-like structures? I think the Sith had a couple, but none to the degree, like the scale of the Starforge, which was the most impressive part. But we're actually also, someone, was it Flavi? Yeah, Flavi said MCC. We actually did start a Halo, we did start a Halo campaign. So far we've done the first, I think, 3 levels of Halo 1. We did up to the Truth and Reconciliation. We finished the Truth and Reconciliation. So yeah, I think we'll probably do the entire, we'll see how the Halo 1 playthrough does, but at some point we'll do the entire MCC collection. Look at the turbo laser. I just love the individually firing and aiming turbo lasers is definitely the coolest part about this mod. Like, let's just watch it just annihilate this thing. Look at that. I like how if you pay attention to Revenge of the Sith, you can actually see the little clones inside the turbo laser gunneries.
Primary engine system is down.
Borderlands 3, that would be another one that I would consider. I don't want to move away from Empire at War, but I don't want to be streaming Empire at War every day. Just because, like, as much as I love the game,
They've destroyed our ion cannons.
you gotta kind of branch out a little bit, I think. Some of you guys are probably like, nope, that's incorrect.
Assistance.
Our shield.
Yeah, so Stellaris is... Ideally, so what I'd like to do is right now, obviously most people that watch my second channel do it for the Empire at War stuff because that's really what I pushed heavily. Eventually, I would like to do... Like, Charlie and for those who don't know, Charlie's the editor on the channel. I think our goal would be to put 7 videos out a week, and you'd be able to expect, okay, so Monday is Empire at War, Tuesday is Stellaris, Thursday is whatever game I'm let's playing, or maybe something like Monday and Tuesday is Stellaris, or Monday and Tuesday is Empire at War, Wednesday is Stellaris. I think you guys get the idea. And it would be similar with the streaming schedule too. Basically just an option if you guys want to watch it live, you'd still be able to. If you prefer not to, then, you got the idea. Battletech, just because so many people have asked me about it, Battletech is one that I would consider. Also, we are getting overwhelmed because I've been just saving up ships, so that's probably not good. I mean, our station's kind of holding, but I've been more busy just trying to get these asteroids. Oops. Let's just call in some bombers.
Reinforcements en route.
Maybe a couple
In production.
small fighters.
Space station upgraded. Reinforcements
So
en
yes, something like Battletech I would
route.
consider.
Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements
I'm really open to anything at this point. Like, I'm just looking for an excuse to do some gaming and have you guys, because I just feel like if I'm recording and I just prefer to be, like, I don't get that much gaming time, so if I am gaming, I'd prefer to be talking to you guys. And if I'm going to be talking to you guys, I might as well, there's people who are interested in that, so.
Coordinates received. We're moving out.
Ready for action.
Wow, the AI is bum rushing us. Okay, so we just got the final upgrade. I think we need to clear some heroes that... Oh wait, there's the subjugator. We need to clear some of the ships out of the way.
Yes, command. Moving out.
I'm surprised they're pushing so hard. Did we actually accidentally make one of their AI hard or something? I don't think so. Let's call in Providence class. We really just need to secure all of these. All these asteroids.
Star Viper Squadron reporting.
Where is the objective? Enemy space station has been upgraded. This should throw them down.
I have considered Titanfall lore, but as you kind of alluded to, it's so sparse that there's not a whole lot there. But yes, I have considered it. I mean, there's a little bit in Titanfall 2, there's none in Titanfall 1. It's mostly... The lore is mostly about the Titans. Because I have done it a little bit. We did a Titanfall compared. I don't remember what we did. Maybe it might have been just for the mechs or something.
You want us to do what?
Blow stuff up, dude. You cool with that?
Constructing.
Alright, let's send...
Ready.
Ooh,
Star cruiser
this
hit.
gladiator's trying to go.
Reporting.
I'll neutralize them.
I built that Providence, but we don't actually really need it now.
Star cruiser standing by. Destroy those lasers.
Can those turbo lasers point backwards? Oh, they can. Nice.
Enemies in range.
George is a bad
Enemy
gamer.
units attacking.
Whoa, that's not good. Alright.
Flank speed.
Resistance diminishing.
Reinforcement
Receiving
available. Upgrade.
So I noticed the AI doesn't seem to upgrade the station level, which is kind of weird.
Thrusters at maximum.
Alright, bombers. Gamers, let's go. Take out that shield generator.
Transmission.
They have strong resistance.
Where's my gamer unit?
Squadron
There we go.
reporting.
Oh crap, they've got another one. They've got two more. Dude, the AI is actually crushing us. Alright, we're gonna have to just worry about winning this. We might have to do this another time.
Constructing unit.
If we can get this Lugerhalt class out, we'll be fine.
Need to break off. Ready for battle. Fire on their shield generator.
I really quite do like the Legends. Someone asked in the comments what's my favorite sci-fi faction. I do quite like the Legends New Republic.
Eyes open.
It's kind of a meme at this point, but I do.
Ready. Engaging.
Station ready.
Anyone who follows my Instagram would know that.
Space station damaged.
Watch the crossfire.
I'm in bad shape.
So this one might just end up being a battle.
I need help here. Orbital
We
command.
might have to just do a 1 AI versus 2, or me and another AI, and then just kind of sit back and...
Reporting in.
Something.
Because apparently when you play this passive, the AI can actually win.
Awaiting order.
Ugh, not good for
Take out the
this.
ion cannons.
That's Dala too.
At your command.
Keep in formation. Switch the attack pattern.
Upgrade complete.
I will finish you later.
Reinforcements en route.
Yikes.
I need to break off. Ready for
I
duty.
need to break off.
Keep in formation.
I like how he's got a missile salvo ability. That's kind of useful.
Direct fire at their laser cannons.
Watch the crossfire.
Look
Drawing
at
the
those
fire.
all those batteries firing.
Roger that. Holding fire for
Switch the
maximum
attack
effect.
I'm not really seeing... Oh, there they are. That's so cool.
Reinforcements
Are those supposed to be like trenches missiles, like the trackers?
Space station under attack.
Oof. Beautiful.
Receiving message.
Dude, our station's straight up dying.
They have strong resistance.
Copy.
Where'd that Star Destroyer go? He was picking on me, then he like went
I
away.
copy. Decoding transmission.
Hey, Aloha. How's it going, dude?
Tyverson is
They have strong
landing.
resistance.
How do you reckon the pilot in the Infinite trailer managed to get Chief and hold of the Pelican? I don't know. I imagine he probably like just opened up the back hatch and had like some sort of. Does Halo have a tractor beam? I don't know. I don't know. Where there's a will, there's a way. I believe that's the official lore explanation.
Form up.
I just love doing a drive-by on this thing and just blasting it. This station's gonna die though. Help me, Lucre Hall class destroyer. You're my only hope.
Reporting.
Or Lucre Hall class carrier. I love the little just electrical explosion. It reminds me of when the Star Destroyer is dying over Hoth after it gets hit by that ion cannon.
Taking hits.
Yeah, probably not like a sci-fi tractor beam, but just like some sort of grappling hook would do it, I'm sure. Yikes. I did not expect the AI to hit me this hard. I don't know if they're planning to have the mod on Steam Workshop. I'm guessing maybe when it leaves, because right now it's still technically in beta, I believe. Madame says the mod will be returning to the workshop after we finish 2.1 balancing. So there's your answer right there. Yes, eventually.
Watch the crossfire.
Awaiting orders. Fire on their shield generator.
Damn.
Keep in formation.
The game does. I am very impressed about how well the mod runs compared to.
Lost the laser battery.
Yikes. How well the mod runs compared to prior versions. Yeah, thank you for the extra 200 bits, dude. That's what 1100 today. Thank you very much. All right, so that didn't work out very well. Scorched Nipples, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. I almost missed that. Appreciate it, dude. All right, let's try that again. All right, so what we're gonna do this time, because I just really want to test out this ship. So I'll give myself a medium AI. We'll go against an easy Imperial AI. We'll do it on Coruscant. That's the level people seem to really like. Oh. Charlie, cut this burp out. Oh wait, hold on. There we go. Thank you. All right, so we're in.
We're here.
We're here.
Copy.
Copy.
Weapons armed.
Weapons armed.
Right away.
Right away.
Weapons ready.
Sorry, that's super obnoxious, I know.
At your command.
Oh, thank you, T-Scorched. Appreciate that. One thing that I really want to do, and
Roger.
well, I need help with. Last time we tried this, it didn't really work because we were having internet issues. But I want to do a just like a battle arena where like my ships go against, like you put like an Imperial Star Destroyer versus a Mon Calamari cruiser.
Ready.
We started doing that, but we were just having so many issues with getting online to work that it didn't
Move out.
quite work properly. But at some point, we'll do it, and it'll be great. It'll be great. Turn my mic off for that last burp. That way Charlie didn't have to edit it out. You're welcome, Charlie.
Receiving message.
Charlie in for some work tonight with all this editing I got him doing.
Beginning
like human beings themselves probably wouldn't be wouldn't give up that much radiation because I don't know much about it, but I figured because most of it's absorbed by their bodies that they probably wouldn't be that radioactive enough to actually harm somebody. But with the I figured something like clothing might.
Orbital command available.
Requesting assistance.
Construction complete.
They have strong resistance. Keep your eyes
Enemy
open.
space station has been upgraded.
We're here. Beginning approach.
Construction complete. Upgrade
At
in
your command.
progress.
Oh, boys.
Who is it this time?
There's one on me.
I showed the part in Fate of the Jedi where
Over. Beginning.
where the Mandos attack the what is it? Fate of the Jedi. I don't remember which one. Book 5, I think, where the Mandos attack. Oh my God, he shredded those TIE bombers. Where the Mandos attack the Jedi Temple. So I'm not really too pleased with the whole with Boba right now. Boba Weir
Reinforcements en route.
was pretty shocking. The other portrayals of radiation sickness
The attack pattern.
and like the acute radiation sickness from like right after the reactor blows and stuff. I thought that, and like when he picks up the bit of graphite, I thought that was pretty crazy. And those people, I'd seen pictures of somebody who'd suffered like acute radiation sickness like that. And it's just crazy what it does to your body.
Receiving message.
I think that's why the show is partially so like frightening, because it's like you're being killed by this
Requesting
invisible,
assistance.
like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but
Construction
like you can't
complete.
see radiation, but it's like got all these nefarious effects on your body,
Upgrade in progress.
which I think is why it's so terrifying.
Keep your eyes open.
Shit's on fire, yo.
Decoding transmission.
Yeah, I see you post about it on Twitter sometimes, Flavi. Let's get here and defend our hut station. We're gonna just giving it to that gladiator. See ya! You chose the wrong neighborhood, mother. I'm very pro-nuclear power as well, so I understand. Well, a lot of fighters running that thing.
Signal received.
V-wing squadron reporting.
Moving.
Ready for action.
That was pretty I mean, it wasn't funny, but it's pretty like when he's giving them the radiation reading as 3.6 because that's what the meter goes up to, and it's like 15,000 or something. Chernobyl memes. It's a pretty dark subject, but also, you know. The real terrifying thing is that Jesse McCartney movie. It's like, oh, what's it called again? It's like, I can't remember. Do you kids even know who Jesse McCartney is anymore? There's been a lot of good Black Mirror memes too this year. I quite enjoyed the new season of Black Mirror. I didn't like the final one about the. Oh, that's pretty cool. The final one about the pop singer with what's her name, Hannah Montana. But I liked the other two. I really liked the striking vipers. I thought that was a cool idea.
Attack formation.
Enemy fighters on me.
Because it was interesting. Although I think they kind of, I don't know. I wish they would have actually had one of the characters be like. I guess it kind of leaves it open to interpretation, but I think it personally would have been more interesting if one of the characters had been like actually gay. Although I guess it's still like. I think the end leaves it ambiguous, but I don't know. Stanky Peter, hey buddy, love your YouTube channel. Your stuff is always really well done. Oh, thanks, man. Hope you're doing all right. I am, man. Thank you for asking. What are you shooting at, bro?
Space station upgraded.
Oh, I love the OG Twilight Zone. Favorite episode? That's hard to say. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know my favorite OG Twilight Zone episode, but I really like old kind of... I like the, I guess, aesthetics of old shows like that.
Enemy space station has been upgraded.
Should play Overwatch? I don't know, bro. Not very good at... Were you there for my Splitgate stream? Not that good at competitive shooters. Pretty good at Halo 3 anyway.
Receiving message.
Okay, I was okay at Halo CE when we streamed it the other day, but other than that, oh, look at that Recusant. That's a pretty nice looking model. Well, some light mapping issues or whatever, but... Do you mean the handheld sniper rifle from Halo CE? Yeah, that's what I like about the Twilight Zone, the original one. How they like, I really like not just practical effects, but I really like practical sets. That's why I like watching like movies like 12 Angry Men and stuff like that. Even though that's in like 2 rooms, but whatever. Actually, this is gonna be a controversial thing. What's the name of that comedian that everyone hates, or the lady comedian that everyone hates? She always does the fat jokes, and people accused her of stealing jokes. What's her name again? Amy Schumer. Yeah, Amy Schumer did so she used to have this show called what was it called again? Anyway, she had this show. It was like a variety show, kind of like the Chappelle Show or whatever. But one of the skits she did was 12 Angry Men, which for those who don't know, is about 12 jurors in a room trying to decide whether this guy is guilty or not. And it starts off with this one guy. Everyone thinks it's guilty. Everyone thinks the accused is guilty except for this one man. And by the end of the movie, he convinces them all that there's reasonable doubt, and they end up finding the guy innocent. So, the show's called Inside Amy Schumer, by the way. And there's a really funny skit on that show. She's actually not in it except for at one part. And instead of trying to decide whether this guy is guilty or not, they're trying to decide whether Amy Schumer's hot enough to be on late night TV or something. And it's just like this one guy, and he's like, everyone's like, no, God, no, she's, whatever. Like, and there's the one guy's like, are you telling me if it was the middle of the night and you were a little tipsy that you wouldn't? Anyway, you can get the idea, but I don't know. Pretty funny. It's got some famous people in it too. I forget who's all in it, but it's some famous guys in it.
All right.
Here is Big Daddy. Look at the jaw on that thing. Oof. Try not to sexualize this mini Dreadnought here, but look at this thing.
Open fire.
I know the subjugator class is hot enough to be on daytime or nighttime TV. Look at those turbo lasers fly. See, this is kind of like it's like a catch-22 when you play the mod with, like, testing the mod, because if I'm playing with an AI and beating up on another AI, then it's like, okay, I might get to build the ship, but everything's dead by the time it arrives. Make sure it's pointing at the enemy. Right-click the target you want to fire at. After you activate the ability, right-click again when it starts to turn.
Attacking target.
Huh. Don't think that worked. I might not be close enough. Just look at... Holy crap. That is like... Faces of Death Volume 3. Oof. Look at that thing. That is monstrous, dude. Alright, we gotta do another battle. Actually see this thing in action.
Attacking.
Matt G, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. It does need a bit better, like, engine trails, but that's a relatively, you know, minor complaint.
What do you need?
Dude, look at that thing. I love how beefy it is. I don't know if this is canonically large. This must be canonically larger than the... What do they put? What's it in the Clone Wars? 4K?
Handle it.
Is that what they call it?
Holding fire.
Oh, there we go.
Effect.
Ooh, she's turning. Oh, lordy, coming. I guess that's about 4.8 kilometers. Maybe larger? I don't know. That looks a bit larger. If I were to guess without knowing what it was supposed to be, I would guess 6. Turns on a dime. Let's go. Built to visual scale. I like that. Because, yeah, I always dig it when you... Ooh. Got him. When you watch the Clone Wars, it does seem to be significantly larger. Like, when you see the Y Wings flying through this, like...
Blasted nerf herders.
I don't know. The roof of the mouth, I guess you'd call it.
Enemy space station has been upgraded.
Ready for battle.
Oh, it's too late for that, my friend.
Direct fire at their laser cannons.
Target confirmed.
This is the remake mod. God, look at the friggin' face on that thing.
Keep your eyes open.
Give me a target.
What we're gonna try to do after this is we'll do a one-on-one against an easy AI and see if we can call one of these things in. Because I want to see this thing fully in action, baby.
Roger that.
Madame, have you guys fixed the issue with the blowing up of the Dreadnoughts when they... whatever happens to them? I guess when they lose their shield. I say it's got good movement speed. I don't know, is this the bridge? I don't remember. Or is it just one of the...
I'll get the
We
drop
are
on it.
victorious.
I don't know if this is the bridge, but or if it's a son of sort of cool. All right, we are in. We're in Alderaan.
Weapons on.
This will be the final skirmish of this video. Hopefully, you guys can see Big Bad Beauty actually against some real enemies.
Orbital command
Let's just get a
available.
couple of. We'll have to play a little bit more careful this time, obviously. That's fine. How was E3? It was so. Funny enough, my mom asked me this question a lot too. She doesn't really understand the difference. So what I went to is, and I'm sure you guys do. What I went to was EA Play. Thank you very much, Nero, for 200 more bits, dude. Much appreciated. So I went to EA Play, and again, I'm sure most of you guys know the difference. But for those who don't, it's basically EA's version of E3. They don't go to the main E3 anymore. They have their own show. This year they didn't. So last year they had a full conference and stuff, and I actually thought it was really fun. There were some cringe moments, but honestly, when it comes to E3, that's like that's just par for the course. But this year they didn't even have that. They just had a stream. They still rented the convention hall because part of it is the show, and then part of it is also they open up this convention hall and this big outdoor space for people to come and test the new games and stuff. So they still did that, which was fun. But
Construction complete.
for me personally, I really enjoyed it. I got to try Fallen Order, and it was really fun.
Yes, sir.
I got accused of being a shill,
Confirmed.
which is something that
Commander.
is new for me. People were like, "Oh, you're just an EA shill because they fly you out there." And admittedly, they do fly me out there, and I make that very, very obvious in my gameplay reactions. So thank you for 100 more bits, Nero. Sorry, I didn't see that. So I make it very clear before I give my gameplay reactions that they fly me out there, they put me in a hotel, they give me, I'll be honest with what they give me. First of all, they fly me out in a hotel, they fly me out, not good flights, but they do fly me out, flight's a flight. They put me in what I would consider to be a relatively nice hotel. They give me a stipend, and yeah. So yeah, they're very generous with what they give. So I say you should always be skeptical of someone when they are reviewing a game, but especially if they've gotten some sort of benefit from it, and it is a really good time too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a great time. So yeah, you should definitely be skeptical, but I've also never purposely been a shill or anything, if you know what I mean. For example, they did all of that before Battlefront 2. We went to, instead of LA, we went to San Francisco. And that was basically to try out the game. We got to try the game before it launched, test it out, everything. And I gave the game, I gave the story especially a pretty negative review. You can watch the, that was when I was still kind of doing that podcast with Templin Institute and Star Wars Explained and Space Doc. But yeah, I gave that a negative review, and, you know. The thing is, they actually... And they're pretty honest about this. They encourage you to give negative opinions about the game. Like, anyone who knows Battlefront updates, who's like, you know, he's a big Star Wars Battlefront YouTuber, he's been very critical of the game and has never once threatened his involvement in the program. He's got a great relationship with all the devs and everything. But he calls them out when they do something bad, and he's called out aspects of the game that he doesn't think is good.
Decoding transmission.
And you won't get kicked out of the program for that. The only thing that will get you kicked out of the program, really, is breaking an NDA, which basically means you've said something before you've been allowed to. So, for example, when I did the Fallen Order, I don't know if I can whatever, it doesn't matter. When I did the Fallen Order gameplay, I had an NDA which said I couldn't talk about it until whatever Tuesday it was. So if I had broken that, then I would have, you know, had the risk of being kicked out. But if I could have easily said that I didn't like the gameplay, and I would not have been kicked out or been in any sort of trouble.
Yes, Commander. Target those lasers.
Frigate standing by.
Now, Swanee, who I just saw someone mention in the chat, he is not a game changer, and I believe that's because he doesn't really levy his criticism in a responsible way. But I don't know enough about his channel. I don't want to start any beef with someone I don't know. But he's, from what I understand, he's not a game changer. But I also do want to make it clear, there's a difference between criticizing a game, which is perfectly fine, and being abusive towards the devs, which is something we've seen a lot in Battlefront 2. There's been a lot of people who have been really unfair to the devs, and I know all the devs. Well, I don't know all the devs, but I know like Dennis, who's the main dev, and I know Ben, who's the community man, or he's got a promotion, but he was the community manager. And you know, he gets flack, but I mean, but yeah, I forgot to upgrade my things. But yeah, the distinction between criticizing a game, which is 100% acceptable, and being a dick online is an important one.
Building under construction.
Gunship reporting.
Yeah, Flavi, exactly like that. Will I ever create my own game book story? Well, I did have my own fan fiction I was doing, but I haven't had really... I have ideas, but I haven't had time to execute them. But I'm generally not a very... I think I'm a smart person, but I'm not especially creative, so creating is kind of outside of my strengths. And I know that, like, I'm aware of that, so I typically don't. But I would never, like... I would never rule it out. But if you do want to see the first 2 episodes of my fan fiction, they're available on my channel. They're called After Endor.
Interceptor 4 reporting.
But what was I saying? So yeah, EA Play was a great time. We got to go to Galaxy's Edge, which was cool.
Reinforcements
I thought the game was fun.
Moving towards that sector now.
Other than that, I thought or E3 generally was kind of disappointing this year. I thought the Halo Infinite trailer was disappointing. Whatever, collab with Star Wars Theory. That's a complicated one because I actually quite like the guy, and we had plans to do some collaboration, but he kind of, and it's perfectly within his right to do so, but he blocked me on social media, so I think he thought that I was criticizing him about something when I wasn't. So it's understandable. Some people like to block people who are negative impacts in their life, and
our space station is under attack.
if he thought that I was one of those, then I can't blame him. I don't know, it's perfectly within his rights. I've said before, it's up to him if he wants to, so.
Upgrade in progress.
I don't know, online shit is complicated. Like, ultimately, you hear something, or you think someone says something,
Construction complete.
but I quite like him as a person. We met in person at the Battlefront 2 capture event.
Cancelled.
Oh, I don't have full map unlocked. We met in person at the Battlefront 2 capture event, and we got along quite well, I thought. And there was a while where we were chatting quite frequently, like not every day or anything, but I'd say quite often. And I don't know, he's a very particular style of content, so I don't know whether he ever would have wanted my stuff on his channel, but we certainly, talked about doing something.
Enemy space station has been upgraded.
I want two more things. I want you to design your own starfighter. And the next mini film be about the Orinda campaign.
The Orinda campaign would be a
Our
cool
space
one.
station is under attack.
SSDs with the Luskanka. Wow.
I appreciate how the robot voice said Lusankia, like Luskania.
Ready. Got one.
But that would be cool. Battle of Orinda would be a good one. And I get to have my beloved, not quite the Nebula, but my beloved Endurance modeled in my E-Wing.
I've got something.
Affirmative.
Reinforcements en route.
Almost in
Weapons
range.
ready.
Is there an asteroid over here? Oh yeah, right back there.
Setting course.
Upgrade complete.
Orbital
Charlie does lots of
available.
stuff like that. Charlie's the editor for my second channel.
Ready for battle.
He's also a friend. Good friend. Bring back Future Funk.
I copy.
I did like Future Funk as an intro, but I like the new one. Well, new. I've had it for 2 years now. I like the current one more. Well, one of these days, and I do have express permission to use it, but one of these days, the music
Yes, sir. Enemy target
management
sighted.
company that manages home stuff is gonna flag literally 300 of my videos,
Space station
or
is under
more like
attack.
600 of my videos, and it's gonna be a freaking disaster. I'm gonna freak out. Oh, thank you. The Macordia. The Mikey Dora. Kind of ironic that you said I'm good at articulating words, but I can't even get your name right. But I very much appreciate your kind comment.
Pushing forward. Ready for duty.
Let's blow this thing up.
Upgrade complete.
Visual contact.
Nice. Alright, I'm going to push pretty quickly. I'll just build a few ships. We'll build 10,000. Oh, don't need that. Build a few. Honestly, starfighters are pretty powerful in this version of the mod, so. Especially bombers. Like, you can bum rush the enemy base pretty quickly with a pack of bombers.
Reporting in. Flank speed.
Next time I play, if I ever play,
Interceptor 4 reporting.
if I ever have to play Shaq, that's what I'm gonna do.
Station damaged.
Your signal's weak. Repeat move orders.
I'm just joking. I'd never play Shaq like that. Favorite class of ship? I really like carriers.
Direct all
I don't know
fire
why.
on the shield
I
generator.
just think carriers are cool. I think they're neat.
Interceptor 4 reporting.
Nice.
I copy. Roger that. V-wing squad.
I don't know. I just think they're neat.
Squadron reporting.
Clone Wars in both phases of armor on the battlefield. I don't know. Maybe Camino. Were there phase 2s? Yeah, I'd say any sort of attack on Camino. There were probably phase 1 and phase 2s at play. Other than that, I'm sure there was kind of a Some clones still used Phase 2 helmets, so...
Roger that.
Or, sorry, Phase 1 helmets, I
Fire on
mean.
their shield generator.
Nice. So there's a little pew, 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 pew. I love how Star Wars embraces the pew.
Constructing. Space station under attack.
I do have ideas. Like, I did have a plan for the fan fiction. It was basically going to be, what if... The
Awaiting
whole
order.
idea of the fan fiction was basically, and I haven't got into this, but what if the outbound flight made it out of the galaxy, and then Jorah Sabaoth went crazy with all the
Enemy
Jedi?
space station has been upgraded.
Was basically the general idea.
Receiving message.
Upgrade in progress. Construction complete.
Form up. Heading out.
Because he was like the senior most... I think he was... There were, what, 3 or 5 masters on the outbound flight, or there were a number of masters on the outbound flight, so... And Sabaoth was already going pretty crazy by the time they left, like, on their kind of journey outside the galaxy. He was already going pretty crazy, so I think it would have been interesting to see what would have happened had he left. My idea is basically that he leaves the galaxy, and somewhere else, he basically creates this, like, new order... And this is like the cheesiest idea for a story too. But he creates this like new order of dark side Force users. And the idea is Sabaoth is kind of like... He's like... I mean, he's got the classic Sith mentality of like... Like, I'm an enlightened being who like knows what's best for the galaxy. So my idea was... After the Empire retreats, like they leave the galaxy, Palpatine has some sort of, not contingency, but kind of contingency style plan where they leave, well, Joruus was just as crazy as, well, not just as crazy, but Joruus with one U was as crazy as Joruus. So my plan is the Empire is leaving the galaxy, partially due to plans left by Palpatine and star maps and stuff. That's why, like, in the second episode, there's an allusion to a star map.
Closing on enemy.
And then somehow, sorry, I just hit the boom mic, or the pop filter. Somehow, the two factions meet up, and yeah. Kind of similar to the Thrawn trilogy in a way, because they've got Sabaoth working with a, like an Imperial, and they both kind of have their own methods, or their own, goals. But it would have been more than just Sabaoth. It would have been other Jedi as well.
I
Our
copy.
space station is under attack.
Neat.
Awaiting orders.
I don't know. It's a super cheesy idea, but I think it would have been
I've got him on my
kind of
scopes.
fun. But yes, very, very cheesy. Like, ultimate cheese. These just regular Centurion interdictory? Yeah. Virgin. Chad Secutor. Or sorry, Secutor.
Upgrade
I'm
complete.
surprised the AI hasn't really been pushing on us. Let's just skip ahead quickly. Geometry Wars was a dope game.
Space station damaged.
Used to play the crap out of it.
Roger that.
I used to play Hexic. You guys remember Hexic for the original Xbox?
Engaging
I
Imperial
just remembered where I got Geometry Wars. Remember after Halo,
We're heading out.
after like the Halo debacle of Christmas
We're awaiting
2008,
the
when like
attack signal.
Halo just didn't work because everybody bought it, and like to compensate, they gave like, I think it was you could get one Xbox arcade game, which was pretty fun because there were a lot of good ones. Remember my buddy got Geometry Wars and we played the crap out of it. I think I bought like the full version of Hexic or something. Maybe I didn't have Xbox Live at the time. I don't know. I'm obviously full of it.
I can't see him.
Upgrade complete.
ready for
But yeah, Halo 3 was like such a phenomenon that like
Vehicle in production.
Nice. We're gonna have actually something to test this thing on. It came out in like November 2008, right? Talked about this last episode. I'm still gonna get it wrong. And then that Christmas, it was so popular that like it broke. I'm pretty sure it broke not only the Halo servers, but I think it broke all of Xbox Live, if I remember correctly. Like I don't think you could even play anything, which is crazy. Because Xbox has always had pretty decent servers for things. Right, because I guess Halo 3 was PvP, so it wouldn't have broken Halo servers, but I guess it just... You couldn't get on Xbox Live, I think, is what it was. It was also kind of shitty because I remember my buddy and I were like, oh yeah, fresh meat coming in, like, all these noobs gonna be on Halo 3, we've been playing it for like months non-stop. But yeah. Wasn't meant to be. Damn, this thing built quickly. 63% done. Alright, we're actually going to see the Secutor in action this time. Halo 3, in my opinion, I am biased, I'll admit that as well, has one of the... I'd say Halo 3 easily has the greatest marketing campaign for any video game. Exceptions, I think, would be Pokemon Go, but that was word of mouth, I think, partially. What other games had really good marketing campaigns? Pokemon Go. I guess one of the some of the Grand Theft Auto games did that really well. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, I remember, had really good marketing. They had I think it was San Andreas, or maybe it was Vice City that had Welcome to the Jungle. That was a pretty iconic ad. But Halo 3 had like... The thing about Halo 3 was it had like 4 really good ads. And they're all like really good. Like there was Starry Night, which was... I don't think that was that was on Sunday Night Football, I think. Maybe even during the Super Bowl.
Cannons, did you?
I remember Dead Space 3's. Gears of War 1 also is one that I remember being quite effective. But
Targeting at maximum firepower.
But yeah, there's Starry Night, which I think came out for Sunday Night Football, maybe even the Super Bowl. Can't remember.
What?
Whoa. What are you doing? But yeah, Starry Night was really good. And then there was the first E3 one was simple but good. It was the one with the... It was like the portal opening. It was basically just like a changed version of the scene. Huh. It was basically just a changed version of the scene where the UNSC fires on the portal. But that was good. And then, of course, there was the Believe ones. There were multiple things about that were awesome. There was the diorama one, which was really cool. And then the Speaking with Veterans one was like pretend veterans of the Human Covenant War.
You didn't need those ion cannons.
Thank you, Jeff Furious, for the Twitch Prime sub. Much appreciated. Release the X, boys and girls.
Ready for battle.
Right, We Are ODST was... I'm pretty sure that was for Halo 3 ODST, because that one was really good, too. I still remember how they play that little battle hymn.
Give me a target.
Yeah, I remember Halo Reach had the Hope trailer, and everybody loved that trailer, and I do get it, but for some reason, there's just something about it I just didn't like. Which is weird, because there's no reason not to like it, but... This thing just being blasted by turbo lasers. Oof, that is not something you want to see pointed at you.
I need to break off.
I remember the hype about Reach was... Or sorry, ODST for me at least was unreal because it came in like the peak of Halo 3's popularity for me. Like when Reach, or sorry, God, I'm stupid. When Halo 3 ODST came out, I remember I would check Bungie.net every Friday, I think it was, where they did the Bungie.net updates, and And yeah, like, because they did quite a bit of balancing and stuff for Halo. They would change the map rotation and like the map weapons and stuff, and also just post interesting information. And then I remember when they leaked the ODST stuff for the first time. Leaked. It wasn't a leak. It was post.
Our shields are down.
Oh, thank you, Jafurious. I appreciate
Roger
that.
that.
Is this thing gonna move or? So they're just jumping in Star Destroyers. I feel like he's stuck by the. I feel like he may be stuck on these asteroids. Here, just move up a bit.
Flank speed.
Thrusters at maximum.
Coming about.
Huh. And the band was still playing. How many leagues under the sea are we right now? You know, I bet you this might help.
Holding fire for maximum effect.
Space station
Yep.
damaged.
It's no good.
Orbital command available.
Vehicle in production.
There we go. She righted herself.
Shoot or what?
The ion cannons are
Destination
inoperable.
Look at Benjoy appears just a Lamau.
I can't see him. Our engines
Look at
are
all
gone,
these.
sir.
Look at all these droid fighters just.
Yes, sir.
Dun 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 dun. Dun. I don't know why they're getting the Indiana Jones theme, but they are.
Nerf herders.
Do, 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 do. Damn, what blew that thing up? See ya. I'm gonna take personal responsibility for that.
Right.
No, no, no. Go forward. Don't dip.
We're on our way.
Bro, just move. Damn it. Who let Grievous into the sweet wine again? Look at these things just like blasting that goddamn Star Destroyer to bits. Not its most flattering angle, I will say. Oof! Damn, these droids got no chill.
Space station damaged.
What?
Alright, let's go. Come on.
Full speed ahead.
Oh, he's doing the cha-cha slide over to the base. Perfect idea. Actually, no, he's doing a Tony Hawk nose grind. Oh, dude, that was a bad idea for you. That was a very bad idea for you.
Main cannons powered.
Main cannons powered.
Battleship standing by.
Let's try out this thing.
Incoming.
Oof.
They have strong resistance.
Saw Greg Miller made a comment about Skate 4. He was like, oh, he made a joke about it being announced there. It's like too soon, like, bruh. It's coming though. It's obviously coming. I just want to drop this bad boy here, see what he can do. Ooh, he can get de-shielded right away, probably. Okay, not quite.
Online. Our target priority is the laser mode activated.
They have strong resistance.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
I need help here.
Space station under attack.
True, the new Vader shuffle.
Weapons ready.
I've got my approach vector. I've got a pick.
So love how this thing looks like an old submarine. Well, an old stylized submarine. Bro, you ever had a Subjugator class heavy cruiser slide his way into your DMs?
Strong resistance.
What do you need?
Not something you want to happen.
Being called.
At your command.
Let's see what the Providence looks like. Wait, is that that's just the Kendosi class.
Vehicle in production.
You guys know there was more than one Subjugator, right? More than just the Malevolence.
Moving into position.
For one, there was the Malevolence 2. They weren't very creative with naming. Boy, this dude does not want to work.
I've got him lined
Weapons
up.
charged.
I
Yeah, there is another one too. Weirdly designed one. I forget what it's called. Dude, can you go somewhere, please? There you go. Yeah, that's my son. Follow your destiny. Dude, the new Lego Star Wars looks sick.
Space station damaged.
The new Lego Star Wars looks sick. We're gonna plow right through this bad boy. UNSC Infinity style. Devastation, okay.
Cruiser reporting.
Is she ever slow? I should have jumped her in closer to the... I think they gotta add more luminous engine effects. Luminous engines are we.
Weapons online.
Not these... Not luminous engines.
We'll be there shortly.
Master Yoda. 4 ABY.
Reporting. The ion cannons are our primary target.
Or I guess 2 ABY.
Give me a target.
Alright, now she's going.
Yes, Commander.
Awaiting instructions.
Doesn't one of the Subjugator have a like a front-facing gun or something, or a different style weapon?
Holding fire for maximum effect.
Frequency open. Remove the shield generator.
Need a really big gun?
Always.
Roger that.
But
We'll be
this
there
direction, please, dude. No. Okay, that's cool too. Cha-cha now, y'all. Do. Oh, he's turning to fire. Oh, he's cha-cha sliding across the battlefield because he knows that's the way to engage most of his turbo lasers. Very smart. 2000 IQ play. Did you put the cannon on autofire? It might have been on autofire. Oh, there she goes. Incredibly effective. Is it on autofire?
Taking hits.
Excuse me. Charlie, don't cut that out. Leave that in as an alpha move. Oof.
Watch the crossfire.
Cruiser reporting. Targeting at maximum firepower. I need to break off.
Purple electric
Receiving
donuts.
message.
They have strong resistance.
How much calling a big ass munificent fleet? I think that'd be fun. We'll do that.
Keep your eyes open.
Oh, he's making his way over there. Cha-cha now, y'all. One hop, 2 time. Whoa, one hop, 2 time. Wait.
My tail.
One hop, 2 time? One hop this time. Jesus, Murphy.
What?
Hey, how come I don't have any voices in this mod? What's up with that? Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
We're drawing
Space
their fire.
station under attack.
Cruiser
We're
reporting.
drawing their fire. Thrusters at maximum.
Alright, let's just drop. I just want to. Oh, wait, they're not ready. I want to drop 4 Munificents just on this Star Destroyer. Whoa, let's see what it can do.
Decoding
Keep your eyes
transmission.
Upgrade in progress.
There she is. Come on, Big Bessie.
Keep in formation.
Oh, by the way, guys, our podcast is now on iTunes.
Cruiser reporting.
I don't know if this game has a meta. If it does, the meta is bomber spam.
Keep in formation.
I've got something. Stay in formation.
Switch the attack.
Basically, yeah, that was the joke. Because there were like so many, for those who don't know Flawie's joke, there were so many podcasts that got into Star Wars Celebration, and they just would not even give me media passes. They were like, nah, I don't think so, dog. I don't think so, dog.
Stay in formation. Cruiser reporting.
I was like, please? And they're like,
Vehicle
nah.
in production.
Nah, I don't think so. So, now that I've got a podcast, maybe I can get in next year.
Vehicle
Space
in
station
production.
Or I could just not be a complete bum and just actually buy a media pass myself and not just be a begging butthole, but
Primary engine system is down.
upgrade in
let's be
progress.
honest. That doesn't sound like me.
Hypervelocity cannon.
Come on, 2 with 1, baby.
The ion cannons are inoperable. Cruiser reporting. The shields aren't holding.
Huh.
Stay in formation.
Well, seems like it didn't fire. But yeah, we'll see. I hope to go to Star Wars Celebration next year. It is hard with a baby anyway, but yeah.
I get it.
I mean, fighters are important. I've got some problems with... I'm a tester for Awakening of the Rebellion. I haven't played the new version too much, but I do have problems with how they treat... Not fighters. I think fighters in that mod are fun. Fighters are fun! But I do have some problems with it. First of all, the fact that every goddamn planet you try to take has a space station, and the space station AI is really boring. Like, it's the same thing every time. The fighters won't leave the station, which does make sense from a tactical point of view, but it's not fun because it means you've got to go in, inflict so much damage or whatever that the fighters leave, and then it's just not fun. Ooh, he coming. Ooh, he coming. Oh Lord. Oh Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness.
Weapons ready. Target those lasers.
I'm gonna keep going, but...
Reporting.
Keep your eyes
Right
open.
away.
Alright, let's try the Munificent spam against this one Star Destroyer. 7 Munificents. I'm gonna pause it so I can bring them all in.
Right away.
What do you guys think? How's it gonna
Moving
go?
out. Heading out.
Really, if we were
All
being
out.
smart, we put them all on one side, so
move
only
out.
half of its turbo lasers would be ineffective.
Let's go.
But that's okay.
Navigating to coordinates.
Oh Lord have mercy.
What do you need?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Shields are down. Initiating attack.
Oh, it's beautiful. Papa Trench would be so proud.
Our space station is under attack.
Yep, they're eating it alive, all right.
They've destroyed our ion cannons.
We can handle it. Targeting at maximum firepower.
Oof. So far we've lost none, but we've got like 2 that are seriously crippled. 1 that's like pretty weak.
Gunship
Upgrade
reporting.
complete.
Oof.
Batteries online.
Major yikes.
We're in attack position. Our primary
Ready
engine
for
system is
battle.
down.
Here we go.
Got one.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get more Trench in Clone Wars at least. I think that hit. Yeah, he must have. We're gonna get more Trench in Clone Wars,
Give me
which
a
is nice.
target. That shield generator is mine. Need a really
Our
big
engines are
gun.
gone, sir.
Always.
Destroy the launch bay. Roger that.
Yeah, he'll be killed at
The ion
Anaxes.
cannons are inoperable.
Personally by Anakin, if I remember correctly.
Space station damaged.
Shields? Not for long.
Is it to scale? It's at least to fun scale, which I think is the most important thing. Mace? Maybe? I don't remember, to be honest. I thought Anakin, like, killed him kind of dark side, like, but it could be Mace, I don't remember.
Pushing forward. Pushing forward. Vector set. I've got my approach vector. I've got him lined up.
They've destroyed our ion cannons.
Pushing forward.
This is fun. God, this is just havoc. True. Every scene with Palpatine or Obi... Man, people are going to be so friggin' hyped when the Clone Wars comes back. I'm pumped, man. Like, just... People are just going to be so happy. like, I'm not even okay. Like, I'll admit, I was never the biggest Clone Wars fan. Like, I didn't even really watch the show that much until I became a YouTube guy, because like a lot of people, I was like, oh, it's animated, it's for kids, but like, it's not. I think there was a lot of people like who were like kind of discounted the show, and like everyone talked about how dope it was, and people were like, okay, I'll give it a try.
Bring them on.
Send all of these fighters
What is your order?
at this Star Destroyer.
Target their lasers.
And then, like, man, so even as not a huge Clone Wars fan, watching that revival trailer, jeez, man. It got me emotional.
Right.
Also, I think people are too harsh when they mean something is designed.
Target those
So, like, if I say the Clone Wars is for kids, and I do think to a degree the Clone Wars is for kids. Yes, it has, not for young children, but it is meant to be able to be watched by, you know, I'd say, like, pre-teens is, like, where you cut it off, because there are, like, decapitations and stuff. However, that does not mean that if you watch it and enjoy it as an adult, that there's something wrong with you. And I think that's what most people miss, because Star Wars is for kids. George Lucas has said 1,000 times, Star Wars is for kids. However, that doesn't mean Star Wars is for kids only, which I think is the point of contention.
Ready.
Awaiting orders.
Like, if you're a grown adult, like, you know, I'm one of those things, and you watch Star Wars, or you have a YouTube channel dedicated to Star Wars, doesn't mean that you're, like, emotionally flawed. Like, I'm emotionally flawed for other reasons, not for that.
I get it.
Big old nose on that thing.
What?
The Clone Wars movie, let's be honest, the Clone Wars movie, it sucks. It's really bad.
Open fire.
Main cannons.
But yeah, just because something is meant to be consumable by kids doesn't mean it's bad. Dude, like, I unironically enjoy Sesame Street. Completely unironically. See you, Mech Warrior, man. Thanks for the sub. Did you resub today? I don't remember. Or no, you gifted a bunch of subs. Thank you, dude. Was it 10? Man. Very generous, regardless. But, yeah, I unironically enjoy Sesame Street. Well, congrats on the new job as well, Mech Warrior. Dang and Jacket, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime resub, dude. Yeah, like I said, unironically, I watch Sesame Street. I enjoy it. I think it's a good show. I think it's fun to watch. And that's a show that's meant to be enjoyed by kids. Or Toy Story. People are pumped for Toy Story 4. Are they emotionally broken? No. Is it a movie that's for kids? Yes.
Keep your eyes open.
A couple of glamour shots, I guess. Those Venator turbo lasers? They do look like it, yeah. They definitely look distinct, I think, from these ones. Or maybe not, actually. They might be the same. No, they're the same.
Swinging around. Got one.
God damn, this was satisfying.
Keep in formation.
Are there really enemy ships left somewhere? I really hate how the mini-map doesn't reorient along with the, when you, like, move the thing around. Oh, they're there. Yes, and you see, Star Master has a good point. That's why Pixar is so popular, because they make movies for children, but that can be enjoyable by the parents watching them. because young kids will watch anything. My kid watches a show called Ranger Rob, and it's literally this dude named Rob fixing shit in his park, and it sucks, and it's not that good, and it won't be a classic. But Sesame Street and others like it, other shows like it, are good. They've got good messages, and they're well done. Just like Pixar makes movies that are meant primarily for children, but are also enjoyable by adults. Because people underestimate what kids can take in and what they can appreciate and stuff. Hey, Ranger Rob, whoa.
The enemy has been defeated.
Ranger ready to get outside. Alright, guys. So, Twitch, don't go anywhere, but YouTube, that's going to be all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the massive, big bruiser, the subjugator class heavy cruiser known as the Malevolence in action. Thought it was pretty neat. Thought it was pretty fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this and want to see it live, make sure to follow at twitch.tv/Eckhart'sLadder, or just, sub here on YouTube. The videos come eventually, but sometimes a little bit delayed, although I think we'll be uploading this pretty soon after, maybe tomorrow. Yeah, and I think that's it for now. If you enjoyed, again, check the social media down in the description. I love you. Have a great day, and may the force be with you. Everyone on Twitch, say goodbye. YouTube, say if you were here with us, you could still keep enjoying content. I'm gonna take a drink. Say goodbye. Sign us off, boys and girls.